fuel bill doubled every week. So, and I wasn't making any more money on the loads. I was getting charged more in fuel.
Yeah.
So, I was bringing home $4,000 a week.
That's it,
If I
bro.
went in the office, I was taking about $3,200 a week. So,
Man.
I might as well have been a company driver at that point.
Yeah, it's like I'm working with FedEx down there in Memphis, and you know, they just pulled record profits again this year. But then, ooh, there you go, good girl. They you know, their operating expenses and everything have gone through the roof too. And so what would normally be a real good year for them, since they got record profits, they also had record expenses going out. So it was kind of one of those things where, yeah, it looks good on paper, and it's like, oh, big corporation just taking advantage of everything. But they're eating all the travel expenses and all the fuel expenses and upkeep on the aircraft and, you know, trucks and all that stuff too. And people don't, you know, they don't want to take into account. And they're like, oh, these big companies are taking advantage of everybody. That's not necessarily the case when you look at the amount of work that they actually have to do just to keep operating. Just like any other small company, it's just on a bigger scale. But there are some that are definitely taking advantage, but man, this is beautiful up in here.
Have you guys been members very long?
Do I know?
Have you been members very long?
I'm sorry, I still didn't hear you.
Hold on a sec. I'll
What?
Have you been members very long?
Oh, no, we're actually guests right now, or ranch guests right now. Yeah, we're seriously thinking, like, the kids seem to love it. I love it. My fiance loves it, so probably be buying. Mm-hmm.
What the membership's at? $2,500 still?
Yeah, that's what they've got it at right now. This is a little more than I'd like, but y'all are it's only 4 hours away. And with everything you guys have here, and you know, pay that the one time and be in for life is just kind of a no-brainer. You come up here a few times a year and it becomes worth it.
Yeah, and you can break your dues up monthly, so
Do what?
you can break your dues up monthly.
Yeah. That's what, 50 a month, I think they said?
50 a month.
What do you think, Brooklyn?
I think he's just enjoying it.
I think so too. She's doing great.
You guys getting much rain down there?
You wanna?
Are you guys getting much rain down there?
Not south of Memphis. We hadn't been. I don't know what it's been like since we left, but I know we hadn't had anything more than just a light sprinkle for about 20 minutes in the last 10 days prior to us leaving.
Yeah.
And it's been dry.
Last
Been hot.
Saturday here we got about a half an inch. That was the first rain we've had in over a month.
Oh man.
And today we don't know what we got yet. But
Yeah.
this has been the first rain for a week.
This is. I looked at the radar because I wasn't sure. You know, if you guys would do this with it raining or not.
Yeah.
And it says it's going to be cleared out and gone by 11, I think.
Good.
So.
Well, we ride unless it's lightning and thundering.
Okay.
We normally will ride if the person wants to ride if it's raining, but not lightning and thunder.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you, I couldn't be happier that it's like it is right now. Doing this.
Yesterday it was hot.
That's when we were out on the buggy yesterday and it was just like miserable hot. Spent most of the time down at the creek and at the pool.
Yeah.
There you go, good girl. Rode around, hit quite a few of the trails though. Towards the afternoon, had a good time. I think we've done 60 miles or something like that so far.
Oh wow.
And there's what, 185 miles of trails, you said?
I know there's 6,300 and some acres, so I don't know how many miles of trail.
Yeah. And it's all pretty. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah, we stopped by Marona Falls or something like that. And there wasn't anything falling. It's like, oh, we need some rain up here.
Have you guys been down to Sheriff's Holler?
Down to where?
Sheriff's Holler?
Uh-uh.
You take you're coming down towards the barn. There's a gravel road that goes by the ranch rider's shed. There's some concrete blocks.
Mm-hmm.
It's a gravel road. You take that, go all the way down, you come out to a creek.
Uh-huh.
And the falls, there's a set of falls down there. They are flowing.
Today's our last day. We gotta try to pack up and get the tent packed up. We tent camped,
Yeah.
which thankfully it was cool enough at night with a couple of fans in the tent. It was decent, but we gotta try and get everything packed up, loaded up. I gotta be up 4 in the morning tomorrow to go to work, so
Oh wow.
I don't think we're gonna get too much more in today. This was kind of the plan for the last little bit of adventure before packing up.
Just have a side by side.
Yeah. Yeah, we just brought the one this time. Kind of sight out the area. The one that we brought, will crawl stuff a little bit easier, go slow easier than the other one. So,
Yeah.
the other one's meant to kind of go fast, shift gears on it, and all that stuff. So, not
Really, by the time you get up to any kind of speed, you're hitting another trail.
yeah. Noticed that.
The trail gets rough, so you can't really go fast. Some of these guys do go pretty fast through here.
Yeah. I mean, I've done some East Tennessee riding with it, and a bunch of places, East Tennessee,
Yeah.
Big Rocks, that sort of thing, but it's just, it's not what that machine was made for.
Right.
Well, I could do gear reductions and things like that on it, and get it, you know, to where it'll do this easy, but I like the ability to go up over 100 mile an hour if I want to.
Right.
So, just to give and take with it. Well, the one we've got, the one that we brought here is a 4-seat, so everybody can sit in it, and it's small, so it still fits in all the trails and does everything I've asked it to do.
Yeah.
Does it pretty easy, so I'm real happy with it.
So when we get back to the barn, I'll talk to you about something.
All right.
I've got a membership for sale, so.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, we could use a whole day of the rain we got today.
Yeah.
It
Just to let it soak.
Yeah, let it just, as steady as it was, just soak in.
Yep. Noticed out on off the paved road, the deer were out eating, you know, the areas that had been mowed and everything.
Yeah. There's a lot of them. You'll see a lot of deer on the front drive.
Yeah. We ran into a guy last night. We were supposed to try and do a night ride last night, but we took too long.